Last Christmas, we were so broke, all we could exchange was smiles. I'm telling you, I remember being so broke. Me and Poppy got married just for the free rice. I remember being so broke, we used to have to send the roaches next door so they could eat. I done been down, baby. I done been down, down, down. But listen, I learned that it wasn't ever about the money, but it was always about the mindset behind the money. Welcome back to the channel, ladies. Stacks from Scratch. It is me, your host, your favorite homegirl on this internet, Mrs. Latoya Slater. And that's right, you already know. If you've been here before, you can just call me Toya. And welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here on your favorite channel today, where the money meets the mindset and soft power meets paid power, prosperous women. So thanks for returning. And I just want you to know, if you are a returning viewer, you're just as important as the new viewers. And I'm so glad that you're sticking and staying around, because I'm going to make it well worth your while. Today, Get a Girl Gang. I want you to know that you are in for a new, let's call it a series. And this is just the first video in that edition. And we're going to talk about how to make over our mindsets. We could get in the mirror real easy and make their face over, make their hair over. But today I'm going to show you some ways that are so doable where you can make that mind over and start over and come from being so broke to being so banked. Okay, so go ahead, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already joined the Get a Girl Gang. What are you waiting for? Drop a money bag in the comments. If you're ready. Only if you're ready to reprogram these thoughts that you have that's keeping us back. Also, if you want to today, I will suggest you get you a notebook or something handy that you can make notes on. Because like I said, this is just volume 1, part 1 to your money mindset makeover. So let's get right into it. Today, I want to talk to you about identifying your scarcity triggers. Okay, because most of the time growing up, it was things going on around us while we made it to this big old age and still haven't found the success that we want, or maybe we found it and lost it and trying to regain it. But at this point, something has been blocking you. Something energetically has been blocking you, and it could be just thoughts. So let's break down what scarcity triggers are, because simply what they are just thoughts, sneaky thoughts. And you have to remember that we are living in a think tank. Every thought that you have does not belong to you. Every thought you have is not your business. Some of them we just don't want to entertain. Okay? And these are the ones I'm talking about. Those scarcity thoughts. Those sneaky little thoughts that give you the feelings of something dreadful is finna happen. Or make you act out in certain ways when you have these thoughts. Your behaviors change. And you don't feel like you have enough. You never feel like it's going to be enough. I'm so scared that this is going to run out. Or maybe you in the scarcity trigger where you think you'll lose what you already have. And I know I can attest to being one of both of those ends of the stick. I have dealt with these types of fears. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to break down these energetic blocks. These triggers. These habitual fears that are just emotional loops, and you in the same feeling every time that they're dread or they're downtrodden, shoulder down. Let's break it down, okay? Because what we're not going to do is keep accepting broke as a part of our personality. This is just a trigger. So there are 5 core types of emotional triggers. So the first one is the emotional scarcity trigger. That's when you panic, or you feel panicked when it's time to pay a bill, a big bill, like the rent is coming up. Ooh, that's a big one that used to get me. The phone about to get cut off. That's another one that will get us in a panic. Or anxiety about just opening the app to look at the money. Ooh, or you get a notification from your bank. Ooh, what is it now? This is a trigger. This is a trigger. And it's helping us to find ways to avoid our financial truths and our financial abilities. So let's check this. Let's start checking these right at the door. We're going to start also checking them verbal triggers. I can't get that today. That's too much today. I can't afford that. Oh, must be nice, honey. Some folks ain't able. All them little slick words. Stop saying this to yourself. These are your verbal triggers that send you back into the emotion of not enough, of lack. Then you have your visual triggers. Are we good at this because all we do is this all day? And now we looking at Riri them overseas in Cancun with their bikinis and they the champagne glasses in the air. These are visual triggers. Just watching other people's success can make you feel bad, and it's not that you're being jealous. This is a human emotion, and then you inhaling so much of it, your emotions are taking a hit. Your energy is taking a emotional hit, like a discharge, unplugged. When you start focusing on what other people are doing and watching what other people are doing, comparing it all it do is help you compare. Okay, and comparisons is a low vibration. Okay, in nature there is no comparison, no competition in nature. Okay, only growth, only growth. So these are three of the triggers, but let's get into this one. This one is real deep and hit home for me. Generational triggers. And I know many of you have probably suffered this as well, especially being if you're in a black family. Generational triggers. Most of our homes are wrecked in dysfunction. And how do I know, or why do I say this? It's statistical. Statistics can prove it. And if you're brought up in a home, if you were brought up being raised, or even if you're doing it right now to your children and to your spouse, you being raised around people who talk like money ain't growing on trees. Rich people are evil and low down. The root of what they call the money, the root of all evil is money. Money is the root of all evil. Money is filthy. And then they see somebody struggling, they glorify this. See, this is a generational trigger that you need to try to separate from, because it will overflow. It will overflow in your life. And then we have finally the repetition triggers. And this is for any human being alive, because you can do anything over and over, and in no amount of time, your brain picks up on it as a normal thing. You can learn anything and acquire any kind of habit in 21 days, the way the normal mind works. So the repetition trigger is very dangerous. You doing the same job, paycheck to paycheck, knowing it barely cover your bills. You're gonna have a hassle. You're not trying to grow the money. You're not trying to use the money to self-improve. This is a repetition trigger that will leave us stuck in a cycle of regret. And I want to show you how to start shifting that today, so we can break that inertia, break out that cycle of regret, and start hacking these little ways we can build our energy and change the way we see things, and then thus change the way things come to us. So number one, if you have a energy drain, or if you have a trigger every time you check your bank account, or you do anything that's surrounding your money on a regular, I want you to start lighting a candle when it's time for you to balance the book, when it's time for you to look at your account, when it's time for you to pay the rent. Before you get started on that, do something relaxing. Light an incense, spray some aromatherapy. It might sound silly, but I guarantee you, you are changing the way your mind sees the things that you're doing. This ritual will lighten the mode. Okay? This is telling your spirit, look, I'm doing this in alignment, not in fear, not out of scarcity. I'm releasing this version of me that believed this was hard, and I can do this in everything. There's always more. Next, I want you to practice and find a quote, or I hate to keep saying affirmation because it's so typical now. I don't think people really gonna ever get the whole gist of what the power of an affirmation is. So I'll take the word out sometime, but I'm gonna call it an anchor. I want you to get a quote that can anchor you, and that's going to connect your thoughts to your reality. You need an anchor right there, okay? Because the thought is of spirit. But we trying to bring spirit into form, and we can use the elements that's already here to do that. So this, I want you to do this. I want you to create an anchor. Try this one. Feeling is the secret. Try this when you get a trigger. Try speaking to the trigger. Your word is your wand. And tell the trigger, hey, this feeling is the secret. This is, Neville Goddard taught us this, how to recognize the feeling and stick with that feeling to bring it about. Speak to yourself. Give yourself an anchor. Okay? Because at this point, your emotions are all you have left to try to get this ball rolling. It's all that you have that's free to you and costs you nothing. Use your emotions. Use your inner talk. Talk to the inner man. This is your GPS. It's going to guide you with the repetition and the rewiring of your mind when you use your words. So I want you to create a quote to anchor yourself. Okay? All right? Okay. Well, I want you to take a moment and write these words down. And when we talk about writing, this is important because writing is gathering your forces. It's bringing them all together. And you notice that when you're writing something, even the letters that you're writing require your full attention. It's not likely that you're focused on anything other than what you are writing. That's why writing is such a powerful tool for us. So I want you to write this down. Scarcity is not my story. Abundance is my new baseline. And I am no longer available for lack. All right? All right. Now comment below with one scarcity phrase that you're going to be releasing today, girl. What is it going to be? And I'm going to come back with some affirmations that I'm going to be using to replace some of the things that's been going on in my mind with my money mindset. Y'all, I really enjoy coming in here with y'all, sitting down talking with y'all. I'm so glad that you decided to stick and stay around to the end of the video, because if you want, right now, I'm going to offer you my free Scarcity Detox Journal for free. It's just a simple PDF I already created. So all I have to do is email it out to you. And if you drop your email in the comment, or you can send me an email at stacksfromscratch@gmail.com, or just drop in the email, Detox Me Sis. I got you, okay? All right, y'all. So now you've identified your scarcity trigger. I'm proud of you. I'm so excited for you, because now you're getting ready to build your soft wealth routine with me. And I'm going to show you how to do it and show you how to reprogram that nervous system. Ooh, and get it set to open up and start doing what women do best. Receiving, receiving, receiving. So click on the next video so you can stay in the Money Mindset Makeover Series that's going to keep transforming your relationship with your money, one sacred step at a time. Okay, because this is not just about making more money. It's about becoming the woman who never runs out. That's you. All right, and I will see you on the next video.